Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. This is Crater Maze on the Grafx16 and PC Engine. I didn't know awful lot about this game. To be perfectly honest, I don't know an awful lot about most Grafx16 and PC Engine games because I never really owned one when it was at the height of its powers back in sort of late 80s, early 90s. And it wasn't really one of the major consoles in Europe, especially in Europe. You know, Europe was dominated by Sega and Nintendo, and the home computer market was still in the late 80s, early 90s. The home computer market, the Commodore 64, the Amiga, Spectrums, Amstrads was still very, very popular. So this really, the Grafx16 really didn't come onto my horizon until a few years later. And a couple of years ago, I ended up getting one, and I thought I'd get some games for it. I had no idea what they were like, what they were about, whether they were any good or not. And this was one of them that I got off eBay, and I really enjoy it. I think this is a game, it's one of those games that can consume vast hours of your life without you really knowing it. It's a very, very simple game to play. The basic objective is that you need to collect all the treasure in this maze, and that will then give you a key with which you can then go and open the door, like you can see here, the flashing door there, and that completes the level. It's a very, very simple concept. You're chased around the maze by these monsters, but you are able to dig holes in the ground, and they will then fall into the hole, and you can then go and smack them over the head and get rid of them. They will come back, but it's just the fact that you're not completely defenseless. And I guess that kind of adds to the game in many respects, because you know, it enables you to choose how to play the game. You can either try and speed run through and avoid the monsters, or you know, you can try and go around and get some extra points by killing them. You also have like little neat features like this. Sometimes your treasure might be hidden behind a wall and there's no real obvious way of getting to the treasure, and there's these little spring things on the floor which you can jump on, and they'll catapult you into areas that you wouldn't ordinarily be able to get to. There are also weapon power-ups too. One of the most useful ones is where you can like fire multiple holes along the floor, so you don't need to let the monsters get too close to you. That's really useful. There's all manner of different things, to be honest. It's been a while since I've actually done this playthrough, so I can't really remember them all, but it's just such an easy-going, entertaining game to play. Oh yeah, you get these teleport things here as well, which you can beam around the maze too. I just really enjoy playing it. It's a game I found it nigh on impossible to get any kind of stress level with. At first you might think, God, this game is going to be really easy. There's not much in the way of a challenge here, but getting into the later levels, you do have to think a bit more. You've always got that timer ticking down, so you do have to keep an eye on that. And as I say, early on in the game, it doesn't really become much of an issue. But later on in the game, I imagine it would be. I mean, as I say, I've played the game quite a lot. It's actually one of my favourite games to play on the Grafx16. Just simply because it harkens back to a day where games were just really simple but really addictive in their design. It's kind of funny, at first I thought it was going to be like Bomberman. There's an example, by the way, of using a teleportation or spring thing to get to some treasure that you ordinarily wouldn't otherwise be able to get to. As I was saying, at first I thought it was going to be like Bomberman, but I actually prefer it to Bomberman. Ooh, yeah, I've said it. I just find it, I don't know, I really enjoy it. It is slow paced, it's not frenetic, but it's still very, very enjoyable to play. And if you have a Grafx16 or a PC Engine, I would definitely recommend it. So anyway, thank you for watching this video, and please stay tuned to my channel for more to come. Thank you for watching.